Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today is a Friday afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock. Well, yep, almost 5 o'clock. Anyway, I'm fixing to pull this front wheel off of my Suzuki V STROM 650. I noticed that I have got a real bad crack right there in the sidewall of it. And what I'm gonna do is pull it off, put a new tire on, balance it, put it back together, and see how this is going to work. It should work out fine. I need to remove this sensor, this right here in the front. That way I don't mess it up, because that might be a little expensive piece right there. Excuse me. Anyway, the way everything has been for me for these past few days, I have been very busy. I have not been able to do videos or anything like that, because I've been running, taking care of a little business here, a little business there for my mother, and you know, because she's in the hospital. Well, she's not in hospital now, she's in therapy. But anyway, enough about that. Let me go ahead and get started and get this wheel off and see what I can do. I'm gonna try to do this and not remove the fender. Maybe I can, you know, jack it up high enough. And what I got is a strap going across it, because I can't put my little scissors jack underneath it or anything like that. So, you know, because there's not a frame there. The frame is all up top. And it just, I wouldn't feel comfortable about putting a screw jack underneath it. But right now I got the tire off the ground. I'd already got the main bolt broke loose. I got it almost all the way out. Anyway, let me get started. I'm gonna try to do this also and leave the brakes on there. But I got a feeling that I'm probably gonna end up having to remove them to put everything back on. But I'll find out here shortly. Now I have the new tire on. Whew. It was not that bad of a job to do. I ended up having to put about a ½ ounce of weight on there because it was wanting to be to the light side. The heavy side is right here, in here. Anyway, the thing is, it took me about 55 minutes. So I'm getting a little bit faster. I ended up having to take the wheel cylinders off. The brake calipers, I had to take them off because the wheel would not come between that distance that's inside here. So I had to remove them. But I did not have to remove the fender. I was able to jack it up. This tire was light enough that I was able to move it around. I ended up dropping my little piece right there, that little spacer. And sometimes it is aggravating, especially when you're at an angle and you're trying to put everything back together. And it's like, okay, my mistake, I had the motorcycle just a little bit too low. So when I lifted it up on the jack, that bolt went ahead and went on in. I was real happy about that. Anyway, I guess that'll do it for this video. I got 41 pounds of air pressure in the tire. That's what it calls for. And I think this V STROM is about ready to get back on the road again. Yep, I really need to do a difference in the tire change on the rear. This tire that's on here is really too wide for this wheel. Now if this wheel was wider, about 1 inch wider, that tire would work no problem. The tire came off of a Hayabusa. That's what it come off of. It's what is that size? A 190/50 R17. Yeah, R17. That is a, I can't even think of what the name of it. Rosso, ROSSO3. I got to put the box back on. I need to clean the box because when my son was using this bike, going back and forth to Panama City on it, he ended up not letting the oil, the cap on the oil quart, he didn't put that back on like it's supposed to be in. And what happened is oil poured down in it. I got the box over there in the floor. I need to get it, clean it up, put it back on. The seat's got a little tear in it. Before he rode it, it was just a little tiny tear. Now it's a wider tear. Now I'm wondering if he's been letting somebody else ride this bike. And I'm here to tell you, if I find out, ooh, I am not going to be happy. But anyway, I guess that'll do it for this. I still got a little bit of an oil leak. I've been trying to fix this daggum oil leak ever since I put a new stator in here. Back here in the back, down in below all this plastic stuff, there's some wires that comes off of the stator. Alright, and that's where my leak is. I was thinking it was my gasket. No, it was not my gasket. It's actually the wires itself. Anyway, I got new oil in it, fresh oil, and I'm gonna end up having to go back into it, but not right now. I'll do this a little bit later on. I'll let the oil just kind of lubricate everything and keep everything from rusting up back here. I changed the gear ratio. The factory gearing on this bike was a 15/47. Now I have got a 16 with a 43 on the back. That 43 sprocket, 43 tooth sprocket came off of a 2013 Hayabusa. That's a 43 factory on the Hayabusa, and I think it's 18 on front. But on this, it was a 15, and now I got a 16 on it. I did have a 14 on it, and it was like getting too many RPM. But it was, you know, I was setting it up for, you know, the track. But now I'm not worried with the track about this bike, so I'm putting it back highway gear. Instead of it being 15, it's a 16. And instead of it being a 47, it's a 43 on the rear. So at highway speed, it's not turning that many RPM. So hopefully it'll get a little bit better gas mileage. Okay, I reckon that'll do it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. Whew, it's about time I get out and get me another video. And I'd like to find out who the heck it was that put sandpaper on my windshield. Man, that makes me angry. I don't like that. Well, don't end up having to figure something out on that. Okay, well anyway, thank you for watching.